in the 2024 Gundam draft. The pick is in.
Team CD is going to select
What is going on, people? It is Wednesday or whatever day you're watching this, which means it is the Undergated podcast new episode drop. We are here to give you a brand new episode of Gunpla, anime, Gundam, and everything in between. We are the Undergated podcast presented to you by the Undergated Network. I am Coop at It's Coop on Instagram, and I have the fellas with me every week. This is big episode 80 weeks strong, fellas. 80 weeks strong. I got the homie CD and I got the homie Gunpla Tesseract Austin down there with that beauty as a background. And we will dive more into that. But we are the Undergated Network, coming to you every Wednesday at 3 o'clock Eastern time, and or whenever you watch it. Just give y'all something to tune into midway through the week. Last week we had a banger guest came through, Pencil Knight. Shout out to him. He came through last week and spoke to us about how to light up your kits, how to put LEDs, what's the best LEDs to get, some starter kits if you want to get into LEDs. If you missed last week's episode, this is what you missed.
Let me cut the light off.
Oh man, this is ridiculous.
So we're gonna go for something like that.
Wow. Nice.
And so,
And again, shout out to the homie Pencil Knight. Thanks, bro. Glad you was able to come through and join the pod. I know he watches the pod faithfully every week too as well. So thanks, man, for the support. I'm glad to get people to know. Man, I got people hit me up saying, man, I want to try this LED. I didn't think it was going to be that simple or maybe that easy, and they're going to jump into it. So I know I'm going to try some. But this week, today, or tomorrow, if y'all watching this on Wednesday or whenever y'all watching this, past, present, or future, the NFL draft. We're big football fans. If y'all been watching the pod, we're big football fans. The NFL draft is this Thursday, so tomorrow, if you're watching it the day this airs. And what we did last year, right? We did a draft, and we're going to do a draft this year again. The NFL draft, we're going to do a Gundam draft. So stay tuned. We're going to pick our main suit, a support suit, and 2 grunt suits. And want to see who come out with the best squad. Let's see where the best knowledge will be. See people tactics. Do y'all want to? We'll talk about that. We'll get down to the nitty gritty of it. But definitely stay tuned for that. We appreciate everybody who watches. But of course, as always, before we get started, we have the greetings. Fellas, how's y'all week been? CD, how's your week been, man?
Man, work is full swing of things. I feel like I'm really doing my job now. I was like kind of finessing, then started ramping up, and now I feel like I'm really in my position. So that's also fun. I'm really starting to enjoy the job. The money's good. So money's good. Family's good. Mrs. got her hair done for the first time in like a year and a half. So she's flinging her shit all over the place. Yeah, so I'm happy for her. Chloe's good.
That's why y'all going out.
Hey, she is on her shit right now. So new hair, new attitude. That's what I keep telling her.
So Chloe's good. The wife got her hair done. Bunny good. That means that should afford you 15-20 minutes inside Hobbytown. You should be able to go in there.
Hey, I got it yesterday. Unbothered. I didn't get a call. I went to the window. I didn't get a look. So I got the piece of
there we go. There we go. Austin, how's your week been, man?
It's actually been pretty good. It actually went by pretty well at work. Nothing to report. Just smooth sailing right on by. I promised that I would be there at something, and I decided I was like, no, I'm not going to. And then something else came up, so I couldn't do it. But that's fine. My brother came down to visit me, so I spent the day with my brother. I spent the weekend with my brother, and we were having a good old time. And it's really nice to get reconnect with family, you know. So that was awesome. And it was a great week. Yeah,
that's good, man. My week has been solid. Nothing to report on this front. Already had back-to-back games in soccer. I could tell that doing soccer from age 5, all the way up to now, it's starting to click. I think she's also realizing, too, that you can't watch everything you see on YouTube. She understands she's not a Ronaldo. She's not Messi, right? Like, I'm trying to tell her, like, she's like, I want to play offense. Coach put her in an offense that 2 times. And she was like, yep, I'm ready to go back on defense. All right. And then
Ain't that wrong with being a center back or something?
That's what I'm trying to tell her. I'm like, all her money, when I told her, once the coach told her, it was tied 3-3, like a minute left in the game. And the coach went to the assistant coach, was like, I need Ari on defense ASAP. Right. And then I said, once she heard that, I'm like, that's where your bread and butter is, baby. It's defense. So we'll just work on defense. Right. And that's okay until we get hopefully proficient enough in offense. But she knows now, after going back and forth, that it's definitely no joke, and we have to put down like the snacks and stuff. So, but other than that, it's been chill. I was able to get up to Hobbytown and chill with the boys. Shout out to Crow Mag Works on Instagram. He came up. He's from out of Virginia Beach. He came through and chilled at the Hobbytown in Yorktown for a little bit, from pretty much open and closed, and he saw the atmosphere, and he was like, yeah, he could dig it. So he's going to be back more. And I told him I'm going to come out that way and chill out there at Hobbytown and do their build days. They do on Sundays, but now since Hobbytown is open 2 hours earlier at 10, they do it from 10 to 5. So it makes it worth going out there. Yeah, Sundays Hobbytown is open at 10. At least all Hobbytowns. Gotcha. Not all Hobbytowns. The Yorktown, Richmond, and Virginia Beach from 12 to 5. I mean, from 10 to 5 now. So appreciate him coming through, and that kind of leads right into our next topic: building and breaking down that backlog. What new items we picked up and new kits that we broke out, and out of the backlog, I'm trying to think. Other than, again, shout out to the homie Crow Mag. He came through. He had some kits he wanted to give away, and he was like, look, these been in my backlog for a while, and I'm not going to get around to them. He was able to bless the Hobbytown with a few of them, and I picked up from him the third-party Max Hyper Bazooka for the real grade high new or new. This is a beast of a gun. Cannon, whatever you want to call it.
Did you have this already, Coop?
I did, but I wanted to get 2, and then it sold out on USA Gundam. Yeah, it sold out on USA Gundam quick. I wanted to get 2 because now I know what to do with this one. So shout out to the homie for gifting this to me. I'm trying to see.
Are you gonna paint it?
Yeah, I want to paint it. And yep, here it is. Here we go. So here is his sticker with it. So Crow Mag Model Works on Instagram, and he's talking to him, the big X-Men fan, and he's been watching X-Men 97, and I've been getting into the X-Men a little bit more.
Such a good
shout out to my homie Josh. He's a big X-Men from the comic books from the 90s and 80s, so he's been kind of telling me like, oh, this is what they did. This is the different spin of it. Oh, they did this, in this run of these sets of issues. I was like, yo, and I've been watching X-Men 97. I've been an X-Men animated fan, animated series.
If you guys haven't watched it, check it out. This shit is,
yeah, it's good. I haven't watched the most recent episode, but the episode prior to that, which I think is episode 5, is top tier writing. And he was also able. Go ahead, Austin.
I was gonna say, quick aside. Did you guys know in that show that the main writer got fired after episode 2? Like apparently they got so they're doing all this amazing work on just side writers. Apparently that's left. But continue. I'm sorry. That's
crazy.
Yeah.
The more you know. And I also was able to get from him the heavy weapon system maintenance dock. So a maintenance rack.
Is that a 144th? Or 1/100 or non-scale?
I think this is for the heavy weapon system. So I don't know I'm gonna assume this is for 144th
For the high new, got you.
for the high new because of, and I think this is modular. Like
Yeah.
there is a whole system rack that you could put together for the high new.
Yeah.
Or the heavy weapon system new, because I know I have the they came, which is crazy. It was like $8 on USA Gundam, and it was on sale. It was the racks for the funnels, right? I was like, okay, yeah, I'll pick up the racks for the funnels, right? For $8. What's $8? Make diorama purposes.
Mm-hmm.
They came with another set of funnels, another 6 set of funnels.
I remember that. Yeah.
So you get 6 funnels in the rack for, it was like $8. I was like, that was perfect, And then I think everything that you get. So I did the new that had the 6 funnels, the real great new. Then it was the heavy weapon system came with the Susan model. I think came with a set of funnels. And in the rack came with a set of funnels. So 18 funnels you could have off of exactly. But yeah, he was able to gift me these. I ain't gonna say gift, but he bought them up there, and I told him like, yeah, I'll take these off your hands, and a display rack or display case with some sanding sponges. Yeah, sanding sponges from 180 all the way up to 800. So I appreciate it, bruh. Keep it up. He's doing a crazy custom right now on a Marvel Legends Cyclops, which is he took the jacket off.
Painting the jacket.
That shit looks nuts.
The one time I don't come into Hobby Town. Great.
No, he said he saw you for a split second when you came up in there. And, yeah, he was in there when you came up in there. He told me.
Oh well. What the heck? He should have stopped.
Now we'll go out there to one of his Hobby Town one day.
True.
On a day
give
where
me more of his stuff.
we're going to take some stuff over there too.
Yeah, we about to take some stuff back too.
But that's all I got, fellas. Which y'all any pickups for y'all?
What about you, Austin?
Yeah, I did get one thing. This came into Hobby Town, and actually, Kroos, he actually did give me something, but he gave it to Joe, and Joe's gonna give it to me. And it's a extra Advance of Zeta 1/100 scale shield boosters. So now, once I get those in, I will have 4, including the one that's in the box, 5. And when the Hazel Ozla comes in, it's gonna be, the second coming of Christ, maybe. So I mean, it's gonna be great. I kid.
Shit. Can I get down? Hey,
dude, you have literally everything up there. Hey. I don't know what you're every time you send us a video, I'm just like, I need to move to Seattle. We're the one thing we have is a dude who shows up and gives us free stuff.
Yeah,
I don't got that though. I don't got free.
And we have like Wilton, who just so happens to buy duplicates and forgets he pre-orders $200 kits and forgets all about it. So.
Yeah, that's wild. But no. So for one pickup I did get, it's the decal. Oh, there's still water in it. The decal water tray. As you can tell, I had already used it. But it's a little water tray where you put your decals in there. You fill it with water, and you have the tray that sits on top of the little shelf here. The decals there, and then when you fill it in water, you just put it down, soak the decals for about 10 seconds, and then pick it back up and let it rest. That way you don't have to go fishing for the decals in the water. You don't have to worry about the decal peeling off when you pick it up the water and then it floats on top of the water, and you just look at it, contemplating how much money you've lost. Yeah, trying to grab it and it just gets away from you each time, like as if it's playing with you. You're like, I ain't playing with you, stop. I ain't playing with you, stop. That's my only really main pickup, that and the shield boosters. And then everything else have just been chilling. I have some paint coming in that should have been here, but apparently now New Type is having shipping problems, so I won't see that joint until maybe Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, I don't know, sometime.
I didn't even think about it. For some odd reason, because I have that water decal tray too, I don't think about using it at home. I just think about, this would be perfect for Hobby Town. So I don't think if I want to just go to Hobby Town and chill out one day and not worry about like building or anything, I'll just decal a leg. This would be perfect for it.
There we go.
I have to start using that at home.
It's a lifesaver because you don't have to worry about knocking over water really much because it's a flat tray. You can pre-cut all the decals you want in a line, and then just lay it in the water, have them all soak, and then we take them off. And it even comes with a little comb that you can pick them out of the water and slide it onto the figure. So
I didn't know what
it's a
that
great
comb
addition.
was for. Let me see.
The tiny comb. I did have one here with me, but
It's all right. I got it right here in my handy dandy to go bag when I go to Hobby Town. I did take it out of the case. So here is the comb Austin is referring to for the people that's listening. I'm watching on YouTube.
it comes in a runner. It comes in a runner, so you have to nip it out. But that's the little comb, and you pick it up, and
here's
then
the tray.
Yep.
Oh wow. Well, look at that. Thanks, buddy.
That was great. Shout out to Joe for holding it for us. Thank you, Joe, and Kenneth, and all the people at Hobbytown. They were really great.
Just in general.
Yeah. But yeah, that's me, man. That's it. What about you, CD?
Yeah, I got a few things. I went to Hobby Lobby yesterday. Got some miniature trees. Finished out my last bit of my Dio I'm working on.
I've seen the pictures.
Also,
it looks great, by the way. It looks good. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Secret.
Hey, you can say it looks good. I appreciate it. I'm enjoying this one. I'm really enjoying this one. I did some modifications it looks good.
It looks like you're enjoying it too, because the pictures you showed me are all like styled, and it's all. I was like, all right, I can tell. I was like, he's into this one.
My man,
hey, I'm trying to about the bag. About the bag. I did get some black rattle can spray because I'm tired of airbrushing out all these shits in black. So that is for this here action based one to go along with our group build.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm kind of late to it, but it'll get done for it. So black rattle can for this, and maybe some parts of the Dio. I did get a little hand drizzle. I want to put some holes in my Gundams now. So I got this off Amazon for like $8. Comes with like 10 different heads. So we're trying to up the game a little bit on the next build. And I did get one kit. I said I wasn't going to get any kits, but I seen this and I was like, I need it now. Me and Austin had talked about it. It's probably one of my favorite kits from the seed line that have come out so far. This is the Gelgug Menace. So
nice.
Box art's amazing. It's a big kit.
I haven't seen it.
It is big. It is big. They were sitting next to the Justice, and it looks meaty, man. It looks
so I'm excited for this. We were talking. Me and Austin were talking about all the details and all the thrusters that you get on there. So I might start this after I'm done with the IPMS stuff. I might take a little break too. I don't know yet, but this is going to be the next ones I work on. Probably going to scribe it up and put some plot plate and details. Try to get in my Austin bag on this. But other than that, though, I think that is it. I did order something as a tester for something future. It was supposed to be here on Friday. I paid for extra shipping for it to be here on Friday.
Oh,
and then the free shipping said it's supposed to be here on Monday. So
I hate it.
I'm calling.
I hate it when it happens.
Emailing them like,
there we go. Corporate.
Yeah, hello.
I
paid extra for Friday, and now it's not getting here. It says tomorrow, but it still says Lexington, Kentucky. So that means it probably won't be here till Wednesday. So I need.
And it was for a birthday on Monday. Oh yeah. Oh
yeah.
It was for my son's 13th birthday.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You ruined it.
Yeah.
So
it was.
You ruined it.
Absolutely.
Refund.
I want my money back.
And I want a gift card.
Yeah.
And
I'm not returning it once it gets here. So
fuck you.
Don't even think about that.
Sad, man. I can't believe it. But other than that, that was it. A little slight haul. A little light haul.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Let us know down in the comments below what y'all recently picked up. Some guy that left a comment the other day was like, he picked up a haul of pickups, and I want to know if people out there, because I see that they are restocking at certain places.
Yeah.
What am I thinking about? The PG Zaku's, the old school PG Zaku's are hitting the deck.
Both of them.
Yep.
Green and the red. Yep.
The green and the red. Was told the other day.
The PGs are sitting too.
Sitting.
Hey man, those tax returns were not very good for everybody this year, apparently.
Oh hell no!
So nobody's buying anything. Makes sense.
That double O riser.
It has the Strike Rouge still.
Yep.
Double O riser, the unicorns, all the unicorns are still there. Mine, PGU. So
everything. And I there's like 2 of them I want to buy, but you know what? I'm in no rush because I know they're not going to be sold until maybe June.
right.
Yeah,
It's
if
sitting.
that,
If that.
and I definitely was on the fence about the 00 Rising, but I'm like, no, I have too many PGs. I have too many PGs, and then 2, I have to knock out a PG first before I buy another PG. And I think that's
Clear the way.
Clear the way. Once I and that's when I want to change up my area. I think I want to I have 4 DTOS from IKEA, and they all sitting in my shed. Once I get 3 or 4 of the PGs built, so I say next 4 years, I guess I want to start putting them DTOS. But yeah, I think other than that, nothing new that's coming out that I want, other than like how you said you got that Gelgoog that you might work on. I was talking to a couple of guys yesterday. I might jump onto the Transformer kits I have in my backlog. They dropped that new trailer for that Transformer 1, which is like I guess like the prequel.
It's the prequel.
Super
Supposed to be
prequel.
canon too.
Yeah, how
Really?
Megatron became
Yeah.
Megatron, and how it's
it's
supposed to be Bumblebee canon. It's supposed to be
Really?
in the Bumblebee universe. How
You know, I'm not gonna lie.
It
I
looks
like it. I'm gonna see
comedy.
it.
It
Really,
looked like
I
it was
was
more
killing
comedy
big
focused.
Yeah, it looks. I'm not a big fan of the whole comedy thing, but I'm a fan of Transformers. I'm probably going to watch it. It hasn't been a Transformer movie I haven't watched yet.
Same.
Outside of the series, I watched like the trilogy that was on Netflix, but it's been a while, so I want to definitely watch those. Next up, we have What's Cooking. What's some kits that's cooking, some photos, figures, everything in between. With me, I want to. It's been on Instagram. This is by the time y'all watching this, CDs probably already have it. It is the Blue Destiny Exam 3. I'm sending this to him for the group build.
Yes, sir.
Clean
1,
up
2, and
ones.
3.
Yep, 1, 2, and 3 is built. Here's
Where's
my
yours at,
3.
Austin?
It's all packed up in bubble wrap.
I was
ready
gonna say
to
we
go.
put it in the camera. Oh, well,
Yeah.
So we got exam 1, 2, and 3. Austin did exam 1. CD did exam 2. I did exam 3. And this was a fun build. I was able to learn from the Dari blade, right? Not a whole lot of masking on this one, but when I was able to do some masking, I felt comfortable. I felt like I know what I was doing. And that's all that we can ask for, right? Like just to learn from my previous builds.
Mm-hmm.
Learn, okay, if I like back in the day, I would have painted right underneath the underarm, that PC part that that you plug into. I wouldn't have painted that, but I lifted the arm of the Dari blade. I was like, you can see it. I went back and painted on the Dari blade. So now I have to make sure when I'm doing high grades for articulation purposes, those parts of the body have to be painted well. And plus on this one, which is kind of weird, I haven't seen it before. That's why I'm like, this is almost a ground Gundam, but it's not, because this is the first time I'm right there. You can actually see the PC through the shoulders. They use that as like an accessory. You see what I mean? Like color separation, because that's supposed to be gray. You know what I mean? And where back in the day, it'll just be inside the piece. You wouldn't be able to see. And that's for the people listening on Spotify.
That's for
talking about
get that more motion.
Yeah, that the part of the it's the top of the hand. It's the top of the hand.
Okay, gotcha. Don't scare us like that.
It is the shoulder cap.
As long as
Shoulder
that's the
joint.
part of the,
V-fin.
the V-fin part. That
Yeah,
shit
the
cool.
V-fin.
Oh,
Once
I
that
glue
drops
that
the
shit
carpet,
down.
it's gone forever.
Once
Once that's in the
that's a
carpet,
good
it's
idea.
gone.
luckily mine was bright red and my carpet was gray, so I could find it. But I immediately got the glue, stuck the jar right back there. So I'm not doing this again.
Yeah, I might have
Ain't
to
going
do that.
nowhere.
But no, by the time this airs, CD will already have it, and we'll be on our way. Undergated IPMS up in Seattle. So that's
Come on.
that's pretty much all I've been working on figure wise, photography wise. I haven't been behind the camera. I've been beating myself up lately about it too. Like, told myself I'm not going to like force myself to try to take pictures when I'm not in the mood. You know, I've always talked about like mental health, and one of the things about mental health is making sure you're not doing something just to keep up with the Joneses, right? Like, I have all these figures, I have the camera, I have all these kits, but I'm not going to force myself to take a picture for Instagram just to take a picture for Instagram. If I'm not in the mood to build, if I'm not in the mood to take a photo, I'm not going to do it. So, kind of getting out of that mood now by watching Kaiju number 8. I haven't watched a new episode yet. I told Joe, he calls it binge suicide, where what I'm going to do is watch episode 1 today and go right into episode 2. And when episode 3 comes out, I want to watch episode 1, 2, and go right into 3. And when episode 4 comes out, I want to watch episode 1, 2, 3, go right into 4, so on and so on. Yes, sir. Why not? But why not? Because reason why, and y'all know this, when I watch anime, I am never good with names. If you tell, like, I watch Solo Leveling, I'm almost caught up. Like, I'm 2 episodes behind. No clue who the main character's name is. Goji? Is it Goji? Is that the main character's name? No, that's Goji's from another show, ain't it? That's with Jujutsu Kaisen. That's Jujutsu Kaisen, right? Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen.
No,
right? No, that's not even. Where's Goji from? Somebody told.
I know Goji berries or something. Yeah.
Who the hell is Goji? What the fuck that name? See, this is why I gotta watch this. Like, one of the dudes from Kaiju number 8, his name sounds like a damn city. That's the only way I can kind of his side partner. It's like, and now I can't. I know it's Reno Akashura, something like that. Man, I have no fucking clue. I'm getting lost in names. So
Gojo. That's JJK.
You could just go grab the manga and have it with you while you're watching and just flip through it real quick.
No,
No,
because in my mind, I've already. This is why I wish I watched the show came out prior to the manga, because when I watch the show and then read the book, I have the voices in my head and I know how the names go. So when I read the book, like I've been doing with Kaiju number 8, in my mind, I'm like, I made up
them pronounce the name.
Yeah, I made up the name in my head.
I got you.
Hikabara, whatever. So this whole time I'm calling him Hikabara. Like, oh, his name is Hikabara. Until I hear
Hikabara. You're like, who's that?
That's not how you pronounce. They
Hiritaru? Who the heck is Hiritaru? It's Hikabara.
Yeah, they butchered
James. Wait, his name's James?
Right. So I want to do that with Kaiju number 8, and that is pretty much it for me when it comes to pickups. I mean, not pickups. What's cooking? What y'all got?
What you got, CD?
Yeah. So like I was saying earlier, I am working on finishing up my stuff for IPMS, so I have them all out. I have 3 builds. I'm just finishing the dials, and I will show a little peek of the one I'm working on now. Part of the backpack. Had some little modifications I put on there. So
is that a master
just got some. That's a high grade. You know, 144 God over here. Dog.
Yeah, you know what? It's so close to the camera. It's like this close, and I'm like, that's an awfully big backpack. There it is.
So working on that. As far as anime, I'm trying to spend some time watching some more shows this season. So I'm caught up on Spice and Wolf. I'm really, really liking that. Haven't touched Kaiju number 8 yet. I'm probably gonna let a couple episodes build up, and I'll sit there and watch that. Konosuba, I've been watching that. There's a lot of new episodes. New Gate. So a lot of anime, a lot of bangers coming out this season for sure. Other than that, though, chilling. What you, Austin? That beautiful picture you have next to you.
Yeah, so the strike, so for y'all who know, I'm making the master grade perfect strike. You
put your foot in it.
Yeah, man, I'm going hard with this one because I did the vote, and
No Diddy.
Yeah. No, oh no. Pause. No, help.
I was gonna let him drown, yo. He gotta learn.
Help.
He's 80 episodes in, yo. He gotta learn now.
He's on the deep end.
Yeah.
Throw a life raft, please. Somebody.
No, bro. Let him sink.
Y'all just let me float out here. I can't believe y'all thought we were boys.
All right, go ahead, cook, Austin, because that's just tough, dog. That's just tough.
Oh, thank you. So yeah, I've been I did the poll. We're doing the master grade perfect strike. And the main body is done. Shout out to all the people I reached out to. I did reach out to a lot of people, including y'all too. But I reached out to Luke, Goose, and a few other people. And I was asking them, should I do a satin finish or a matte finish? Because I was really conflicted with the level of blue. Because the shade of blue is right where I want it, but I was afraid that the matte was going to mute it too much where I can't see it. And I think everybody kind of reached out and said, do a satin on the spoon with the color blend that you have first. See if you like it. And I did it, and I did like it, and I did it in satin, but I had to eventually go to matte. The reason why is for the Bandai decals. And I used Bandai decals on this kit. I usually use third party, but there were some certain ones I needed the Bandai ones for. And oh my God, the Bandai decals, I forgot how poor the quality is for those things. Just really bad. I've been using third party for so long, I've forgotten that they're terrible. So in the light, when it's a satin finish, the decal will shine, like really shine, like reflect a whole bunch of light. And that's one of the Bandai decals. These are Bandai decals right here. This is a third party. And what you can tell is that now this is matted, so I fixed the problem, but I had to go to matte, and thankfully it looks like the blue was able to survive. So enough to a point where I'm pretty happy with it. But yeah, there's some, those third party decals I cannot use them again.
The Bandai decals.
I mean, I'm sorry. Correct. Thank you, Coop. The Bandai decals. But yeah, no, I cannot use them again. But yeah, no, it's done. The main body's done. I'm going to now just go into the photo phase. I'm just taking photos of it. The morning shots and whatnot. And then also
that natural light off that shit. Jesus.
Dude. Oh, so right now, for people watching, right now is the perfect time to take photos. It is a overcast in the morning, so you have a natural diffuser that's turning all your stuff into the perfect lighting situation.
Cool.
Yeah, that cool light. And when you take a picture and your camera overexposes it or makes your picture too blue, just go into Snapseed, Polar, or whatever photo app you have, go to your white balance and turn your temperature a little bit warmer. And that should solve the issue until the point where you have it where you really like it.
The best one is Lightroom Mobile. If anybody out there, Lightroom Mobile is the best one.
Yeah, Lightroom Mobile. Do you have to pay for? I guess you have to pay.
The Lightroom Mobile is free, and then obviously there's stuff in there that you have to use to upgrade. Like a upgraded fee if you want to use certain settings or features.
Got you.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Austin. This is my favorite one you've done so far, bro. This is.
Oh, thank you, sir.
For you to have picked up an airbrush, like what is your fourth airbrush kit?
Yes, maybe actually. Yep, fourth.
That's scary.
My fourth airbrush kit did not look like this. So you tapped in, big dog. You tapped in.
Thank you. And for fun reference, I decided to throw in my older strike. So this is the one I made back in 2000 and I think 2017, 2015, 16. And you see, this is before airbrush, so all I had was rattle can and did the inner frame and did anything else, and then move on to that. And that's where I'm at now. So yeah, thank you. I was really happy with how this turned out. So right now, just going to be doing the photo part of it all. And once we get these photos done and edited, they'll be uploaded. I'm probably going to do a couple more what they called in progress shots first, though, because there's another kit that I'm working on, and I want to kind of document the journey I did to this one, because we were at I think ODO, and I asked people, what would you like to see more from me? And they said, I remember Some State Drive specifically said, hey, I want to see more in progress shots, like more of you working on stuff instead of just you popping up with, here's a prime kit, here's the finish kit. So I'm going to try to do a whole documented journey here of like the process and how I did it and stuff like that. So this is what's going to be coming up next. And then the strike photos coming up, and then I'll drop a few more here and there. But yeah, that's what I got cooking.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. And of course, let me ask, There we go.
Oh, there he is. Oh.
And of course, let me ask you this: because we work on getting better here. We push each other. What are some things about this kit that was like it pushed you? Like, what is something like? Okay, I learned I'm not going to do it this way again. Where we're
Definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. Okay. Masking tape. I am too liberal on masking tape. When I just assume that it's at the perfect strength. When you take it off the runner, take it off the clip, it's already too strong. You need to at least tap it on your shirt or tap it on a desk a bit to lower its adhesion. Or it's so when you put it on, it doesn't rip primer off. So Vallejo is white Vallejo I'm using, and then Tamiya blue, a lacquer red, and I've gotten to now use all three disciplines of paint here. So I've used a water acrylic base that you don't have to prime, a lacquer you don't have to prime, and acrylic that you do have to prime. And what I can tell is that the Vallejo I gave a lot of mess to. That was on me. I was using the gun that was too small. I was using air pressure that was too light, and I was being too, how can I say, I was not covering it as well as I could have. I should have been doing larger circles at a little bit closer range for more precision, and then further back to cover everything to get it to the same value. Some stuff that I need to work on is making sure that the shading is equal among the whole suit. One thing is, if you zoom in on the knees, they're not the same shade as the legs. It looks like as if the panels were replaced or probably had a repair job done. The arms are a little bit darker than the rest of the body. You can't tell in the photo because I found out from photos you can't really tell it well, but in person you could probably see it. And that's on me. I need to have an example of what I want next to me so I can measure how close I got to the values and not. The masking tape problem that's been cured, and also the primer I'm using, the polystyrene, it's great. I like it, the fact that it's black, but it is too much like plastic. I have to use it if I'm not planning on pre-shading. If I'm planning on just going straight there and straight to painting a kit, fine. From here on out, I already bought the Tamiya 1500 surface primer, and I'm going to buy the surface primer in black 1500 as well. That's going to be my primary. If I want to do pre-shading, we're going to use the Tamiya. Yeah, it's gray. We have the gray primer and the black primer.
Mr. Color.
The one that's
I'm sorry, Mr. Color. Thank you.
The one that's in the photo right behind his left arm.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to use that for now on. And if I want to do pre-shading, I'm going to use Tamiya flat black. That's the best one to use for it. And for red, I found out for pre-shading for red, black is not the best color. You should take black and mix it with or a darker color and mix it with brown. And
there is brown. There is Mr. Mahogany at Hobbytown.
I saw that, and I didn't know what that was for.
It's 1,000 grit. That's the only thing. That's the only reason why I haven't picked that up.
Yeah, and I didn't know what that was for. I never knew why we even want mahogany. And now I know for yellow, for red, if you're going to do pre-shading, don't use black, because what you end up getting is blue. When you put a red color over a black color, you end up turning it blue. When you end up turning a yellow color over black color for pre-shading, you end up getting blue as well, a blue shade. I think
the best thing I learned for doing red is bright. If you're going to do shading, do a bright red undercoat, a real bright red, Italian red, and then the red you want to use that. So it kind of blends in. So the darker red is in the middle with the brighter red on the outside.
And be willing to use multiple shades of the same color you're using. That blue that's on the chest is 3 different blues. It's the custom blue I made, and then when I was done with the first layer, I put on a different. I added black to make it darker. Well, I saved the custom color, so I had the base, but I took a little bit out, mixed it with a darker blue to mix it that, and then the lighter one I mixed sky blue. So I have 3 shades of blue. And what you end up getting is kind of this nice little because the camera's crazy. This kind of effect where it's under the shoulders a little bit brighter, but toward the front it's darker. So now the next step after this now is
be careful with that option. Don't drop that shit.
Oh, dude, you have no idea. I was looking at these two and I was like, dude, I could literally throw this, and I would have to like hold this like a baby, like strap the seatbelt in when we get in the car. But but now the next step is weathering, and I'm only gonna do very light Pacific weathering because I like this and I don't want to mess it up. And it's probably going to mainly be focused on the kneecap so I can bring everything else into the same value that it's at. But after that, weapons, and then I just say like this is done, but I have to wait for the paint that I ordered to come in because it's a specific color that I need for the weapons. So, but after that,
backpack done.
No, the Ale Strike is not done. It's not a lot of pieces, and I have it primed. It's just I ordered a specific color, and I need that so I can paint it. But once
color?
the backpack is done, good. So I have the Aqueous light blue sword striker color. So that's the actual sword strike color from Bandai. The launcher, I have 3 different greens I'm going to use, or 4 different greens I'm going to use, and I have to shade it. And I have several silvers and gunmetals that I'm going to put into there. I already have those though. But for the backpack, there's a certain type of red I want to use, and a different black, because I've been using NATO black, and NATO black is great. I like it, but I want something with a little bit more of a bluish hue if possible. And I think I found it. It's called off black or off number 2 black from SMS, not SMS.
Mr. Color.
Yeah, Mr. Color. And I'm trying to see if I can get that, but that should be on the way in a separate shipment. But we'll see what happens. If that doesn't work, I'll just go NATO black.
Paint, let it dry longer than you think you should. And top
so
coat,
I heard this problem or not problem, but aqueous paint is weird. So what is that? So why just let it dry, or does it take longer to dry?
Aqueous paint is one I used on the heavy arms, and I was trying some shit out, and usually I let my paint cure for some hours, and I came back to it too early, and it just started chipping paint away and left a thumbprint in there. So let it dry and make sure you top coat at least twice before you start doing any other work on top of it, as far as decals, like detail painting.
Is it a lacquer?
Really weak?
Damn.
No, it's the aqueous. You can use water based, so you can finish with
water based. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of that, there was a part that I actually took off that's not on this. It's the back thruster here. It's not on there. The decal thinner that I use is really good, very strong, but it melts paint, and the decal had shifted itself to the side, and I went to go remove it too soon. I didn't realize I was actually in the paint almost globbed off like glue.
Yeah.
So
that's what that aqueous
take.
Paint.
That's the shoot. Then
it's a really weak paint.
Dang.
Rush though. Just
I guess we're no rush.
Rush. It's not like we competition, but I know this though. The next few kits, you're gonna be competition ready, because we got the competition down there in Alabama we trying to get to. Then by the time that comes around, GBWC is not that far from the corner, and our local shops, and then ODO. So I have about 3 or 4 kits, and one of them is definitely going to be a Transformer kit. I just got to figure out which one. Probably I have Optimus Prime cut up, but after that was early coot. That was like what, mid COVID. So I have to go in there and make sure there's no nubs and clean up everything. So Optimus Prime, maybe Optimus Prime Megatron. One of those 2, but the next few builds are definitely going to be, I got to put my foot into them. Dude,
I'm right there with you. I got to build a girl kit just to clean my palette once I'm done with this. But after that, dude, the only kit I can think of that I might be just going 110% on, like with this and beyond, is probably that Mark V. That might be it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we have cooking, people. We have a lot of stuff in the stove and ready to come out and start baking some more. So we appreciate everybody who's been watching, following along. Make sure y'all follow all of us, CD, Austin, so you can understand the process we go through. And if you have any questions, make sure that you reach out to us, and we're happy to answer them, man. Be quick, fast, and in a hurry. Next up, what's new? Not a whole lot, really. I mean, we could skim through it. A shout out again to Gunpla Nerd, right? Gunpla Nerd on Instagram.
Yes,
we
sir.
want to give a credit to him for what he does and he shares. And first up, we have this kind of clear Unit 1 Shidoken Ava unit set that looks dope. If I could afford it, I would get it. Because it looks dope. I mean, at that point it would be a statue. I wouldn't do anything different from this pose, or maybe like a launching pose. But this looks dope. This also goes into the Tamashii Nation's Wing Zero metal build figure. It's all red for the people that listen on Spotify. The Ava Unit 1 was all purple. This is all red. The Wing Zero. Again,
That's a metal build?
Yeah, that's a metal build figure. This is the one I have. But it's just all red and clear. It looks dope.
What's the 50 for?
I think it's the 50th anniversary, 50th exclusive. Zero Shidoken
Of Gundam in general?
I want to maybe Shidoken
for 45.
maybe like the Shodokan series. Maybe they've been making Shodokan, probably
Look at
making
models.
Make
yeah,
them out for 50. Yeah.
50 years. So or figures, high end figures for 50 years.
Knowing their prices, it might just be the 50th kit that they sold.
Then we have the Gideon Storm. What? Go ahead, Austin. What's the name? I don't want to say Aegis, but it's not Aegis. Oh, Angus.
Yeah,
Angus.
it's Yan Storm. It's Aegis, or you're right, Angus, Aegis. Literally, both are right. The English dub gets it wrong, and the Japanese dub apparently does it right, but no one can pronounce it. So either one, you're fine. But it's just the Yan Storm.
All right,
looks good though. I want the shield.
I'm
the
not a
head's
big
little
fan
silly.
of it again. I've never been a big fan of it.
Me either. The Universal Century version, never been a fan.
Yeah. So that's all I see when I see this. So yeah, we have the P Bandai. I don't know, regular Robot Spirit. Tamashii Nations. This is the cheaper figure of the Mark II Titan.
Isn't this a re-release?
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. I wish it wasn't so expensive. With these, I feel like you have to army build these guys, and $80 something. So it's probably gonna be right there, about $75 for this.
I would say you need at least 3.
Yeah, I'd rather just get the high grade.
Yep.
So that's one thing I gotta start doing. I know I've been saying it, but I have to start building high grades. Just snap building, just for photography purposes. Panel line and top coat, and use those strictly for figures. Not worried about like, painting this and getting this right. No. So maybe next time I go to Hobby Lobby, I might pick up the Mark II high grade and see.
There's
3
at mine.
Yeah. So on a 40% off day, where on a 40% off weekend, you could probably get this guy for like $13-14. Get 2 of them for the price of 1. So I'll be okay with just a high grade.
28. I heard Michaels is starting to sell Gundam kits too now.
Oh, I need to go look.
I heard that too. That's crazy.
Next up, we have the SH figure arts of this Ultraman Rising coming to Netflix. This looks terrible. This looks.
It's not you, Coop.
No, it would never be.
It looks like the Tron Legacy Rising cartoon where everyone has lengthy proportions.
This looks terrible. This looks
giant looking ass.
The destroyed Gundam on preview. This is a massive kit. Somebody built this at Hobbytown. This is taller than a master grade new Gundam. So this is a massive high grade. I posted the box on Instagram. This box is bigger than the Psycho Zaku Verka master grade. So that should tell you what you're in for. Yeah, what you're in for. Obviously, it's a high grade. We was talking about this yesterday. I don't think there will ever be a complex high grade. I don't think there'll ever be
at this size.
In general, what
I think as far as it gets complex, it'd be the Moon Gundam, probably that Moon Gundam or the Origin kits, and that's it.
Yeah. So
what about these new Requiem Gundams? They look like they could be possibly complex.
Yeah, they possibly could be.
They look like, no, I'm not gonna say it.
Then we have the C-Pack narrative Gundam right beside the Verka new Gundam and the Unicorn Gundam. So
Cooper,
predecessors.
Cooper, are you getting this?
I don't know. I doubt it.
You don't, because I'm looking at it with those 3 all next to it, and this is what they should have showed first off. This looks way better when you have all 3 of them together. As you can see the design language between each one. Cooper, are you getting this? Please tell me now.
Why?
Because I need that beam rifle. If you get one and I get one, there's no point of us both owning 2. Owning one.
No, I probably won't get it. Y'all know I'm not a master grade guy, but if you're willing to, part, we'll figure it out. We'll talk turkey once we get closer to that date. But it does look good. I have been going back and watching Unicorn as well. Other day I popped into OVAs right at the beginning of work, ran pretty much through all the way up to like midway through Over the Rainbow, which is the last OVA. Fell back in love with a Unicorn. Unicorn is definitely a top top 5 Gundam series, if not top 3 in my book. If not top 3 in my book, with Gundam Wing holding 1. So it's definitely fighting for 2 and 3. Unicorn is really good. You got the Caliburn high grade with the permit score 5. Sure.
P Bandai.
144th Black Knight Squad Shiva.
Yeah. Apparently, this is actually pretty good. And the visor in it is, the visor is the visor from the Hakushiki, even though it's different universes. It's the same visor, so it has the little scan visor, and it has the one eye that comes on and one like scoped out eye. Yeah, it actually looks pretty cool.
Yeah, for a high grade, it has a lot of color separation too. You could get.
Yeah, that's what they want to put their foot into these kids.
And the chest opens up too, so that's like it's like the heavy arms chest. So that's what opens up and shoots needles to take out the PS armor.
Okay.
And you know what? I could see this being a pretty cool kit if you just noble down the wings on the head, reshape the head a little bit to make it more not generic, but more general mech type, and probably get rid of the cape and give it a different backpack. This could be pretty all right.
So that
sounds like you're talking yourself into this kit.
Yeah, Austin picking.
Yeah, I should be quiet.
Talking yourself into that one.
We got some Gundam Seed Freedom merch, a metal build figure of the Gundam Astray in blue.
Real quick, did you guys hear about how to purchase this?
This figure?
Yeah.
No.
You have to be a member of Tamashii Nation Club, and you have to have enough points accumulated from buying other kits from them to be able to even purchase this.
I need to figure out how to be a member then. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm doing it for this, but I'm not. If I know, come on now, we shop enough on Tamashii Nations and P Bandai. If they're giving a point system out, we need to be on it.
We should be in first place. Well, Coop, you should be in first place. Sue, I would imagine so. So I would be surprised if you don't have a setup yet. They probably know you by name.
Chill. Next up, we have the P Bandai Gundam from G Unit, right?
Gundam Passive.
Blanarpis. This blue and gold and what?
I will say this is growing on me because I like that pattern on the shoulders. It looks like something from BioShock or BioShock Infinite. If you just try to, or no, BioShock, if you just try to weather it really heavily. So this like it looks pretty good. So this turns in from a Gundam to a Zegok? Yeah. So well, like in the universe of Wing Zero, remember that purple one that has the head that pops over? The first one
in G Unit?
Yeah, in G Unit.
Yeah.
That's a Gundam. Yeah. So it takes like the head area from like the cancer and uses it. It's pretty dope.
Look at that seam line you're gonna have to deal with. Yikes.
Oh Lord.
Yikes. On the back of the arms.
I see it.
Down the back of the arm?
Down the back of the arm.
I hope to God it's a panel line. It's not a seam line. I hope to God it's not a seam line.
That means if you're hoping to God, that means you're picking us up.
I'm getting closer to it.
That's what's up. Then the metal robot spirit, so not the metal figures, but the cheaper of the line of Armor Core 6. Some figures coming out soon in September. It's coming soon. New Era 1100 Thunderbolt 2.0. Well, they're doing it.
Third party's giving up 2.0s.
Oh dang! And this looks nice. Oh, the legs and the feet look great too.
I've seen there's a third party parts being printed that you can turn this into a strike. Well, the 1.0.
Really?
So like, yeah.
Yo,
it does look good.
Alrighty. Oh dang! All right.
We're talking, Austin.
What's up?
You gonna get this? We should do a third party build.
Huh. I think I might get this. This looks great. Oh man, when's the pre-order?
Doesn't
now?
Say. It just says coming soon.
Oh, okay. Well,
I like the base. It does look good. This will be an eye catcher, especially if you have this on display.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this looks. I like the beam rifle too. The shield's a little weird, but yeah, no, this is great.
The shield is weird. Then we have some clear Bandai event, high grade Shenlong. I'm okay. Gundam Wing stand, but I don't need clear kits, especially if the high grades at that. I mean, what are you really showing? Fair. Then the P Bandai Delta Gundam Unit 2 high grade.
Oh yeah, I need this.
Yo, but the feet on it though, that's what threw me off. Look how long the feet are.
Yeah, those are the feet for the Delta Plus
Hakashiki?
as well.
Delta.
For the Hakashiki. Yeah, the Delta Plus though. Yeah,
Mm.
and those are the feet for the Delta Plus Kai. Same
I
feet.
like the exposed inner frame on the legs too. I like that shit.
Isn't that Joe? I love the piston in it. You can take that
Yeah.
piston. Yeah, man. Good lord, this
is
looks
kinda
good.
tough. This is kind of
And,
tough.
and,
And the transformation's sick. That
and
Wave
how
Rider.
electronics too. With the
Mhm.
decal.
I might steal that color scheme with the. I like the white stripes through it too.
I told you that I was gonna make my Mark III red, all red, and with those
Yeah.
stripes, bro, on the shield.
Yeah.
Might do it, huh?
Ah,
Might
this
mess
looks
I don't know if
around.
you guys seen that Armoro DJ with the red and
Uh-huh.
white. I might do that shit to my DJ.
I've seen that, yeah.
shit was tough. I was like, I
Dope too. And it comes with two heads. It gets the Gundam head with the two
Yeah.
eyes, or the regular DJ head. Ooh.
Then Gundam base limited Lacus Klein, Gundam base color. If you need it,
Walk,
Austin, you
Walk
come
right
with a
on
stag
by.
face.
walk right on by, brother. It doesn't even look. Sorry, the colors don't even look. They don't.
Gundam base
can't.
limited.
I
Which I
can't.
wonder if that means. If we
Yeah,
get
that means that this
a run
figure
of
sold well.
Gundam base limited stuff. I
No,
know
this
Gundam-
means this figure sold well, and Lacus sells well. Be a seed sells when it comes to.
No, in general, well, you got the Gundam base limited. Like usually they do the clear kits during the Gundam Expo, and they already showing
True.
Shenlong.
True,
So
we might see there. You're right.
then we have Pterodactyl. We have the Master Saber-toothed Tiger, and then we also have the let's see, what's the Blue Ranger? Triceratops. So we have the Triceratops, Saber-toothed Tiger, Pterodactyl versions of the Black Knight.
I kind of want to get these so we can pose them into a Power Ranger set, and then have the music playing.
Jesus.
P-Man,
Well, if you
at
get
least
the red
at
one,
least they didn't do it all separate.
True.
then you got to get another one, so you can at least make the Black Ranger. You have to get at least because the red one's
right.
standard release. So they didn't
My
do
thing
a
is, I
black
hope they
one?
don't make this. I hope they don't just give you one suit and then the color options. I hope they at least give you enough to make three.
Oh, dude, if they do that, I'll be
Oh
pissed.
no! You
How
think
much is
three in a
seven?
box?
Yeah, they give you just
it's
one.
8. Oh yeah, it's 8,000. So it's gonna be.
Oh,
about-
it's $70. Yeah, that's all three of them.
Okay.
you think so?
I was about to say.
$70 or $80 for a high grade. That means it's all three of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. No, that's
That
8,000.
was so grimy, dog.
Not 80,000, right?
Take off 2 zeros. What's the last numbers left?
89. I'm confused right now with this
Be
yen.
$90.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
8,000.
just
Yeah,
put
take
that
it
right.
left too.
The
That's
decimal,
$80.
Yeah.
Then we got the robot spirit of the Demi Trainer, right? It's just a Demi Trainer, Demi Barding.
It's like
Pass.
Yeah.
More Gundam Universe figures. We have the Gundam Type
yeah,
2 of the Strike Freedom of the Red Stray or Stray Red Frame and the Gundam Lupus, Barbados Lupus. So at this point, you have all three versions of the Barbatos. They dropped the Barbatos 1 or Barbatos, one of the earlier figures. Lupus Rex was the second one they dropped, and now you have the Lupus. So
all this shit, but no master grades. I love it.
that's it. Speed Hunter. I don't know what this is.
So like I said,
Third party kit looks
Third party kit.
Looks
Looks like it takes up too much room for a little to nothing.
It's true. The compact form looks right. You know what? This looks like the Nirvash, like a Elreka 7 kit.
So I just said it. It literally looks like
Yeah,
a
I'll
Euro 7.
Just paint it green and there you go.
Then we have
Pat-
Good Smile, Mark
Pat
II
Labor.
Standard, Pat Labor. Another Pat Labor kit.
Those are the boxes.
More Pat Labors. Which tells me if Bandai is getting ready to drop that Pat Labor real grade soon, huh?
Come on.
Hey man,
That was,
that's true.
that was
Let's
my
do it.
guess.
That's true. Let's do it.
Third party special forces.
Yeah.
Coming
Sniper
soon.
2. I kind of like
It's
this
a gym. It's a gym sniper too. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
Third
dope.
party. It's got the visor and everything. I like the rifle.
It looks like a commander type though. It doesn't look like it would be a general, you know, a general type of suit.
Yep.
The pose
It'd be
is
like,
sick.
yeah.
Damn,
Dude,
we might be hinting at what we're doing later. This might be a part of my team.
There we go, bro. It looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does
The
look
dual
good.
pistols always get me, dog. Like, if I see dual pistols,
That's it.
that's a cop, bro.
Something
Anytime
about
she got dual pistols,
I'm like the reverse. Something about the dual pistols makes it look too organic for me. It makes it look like it's a transformer at that point. So it almost looks like it purposely chose. I want this layout. I want this in fucking Call of Duty. Give me the dual pistol layout.
Well, to be fair, in the 1 year war, a lot
Kimbo.
of the custom chip snipers were literally they went to pilots and said, "What do you want on them?" And they would kit them out with gear. So it was
That's true too.
early 1980s Call of Duty.
More pictures of it, and this is Strike Noor of the robot Damashi side missions. Strike Noor. Good
Exile
smile.
from Paradise. Good stuff. Yeah,
there's a part 2 coming out.
Yeah, there's a second movie coming out, Exile from Paradise. And if you guys haven't seen the first one, it's good.
Yeah,
it's really good.
Really good.
Which kid is that? This one?
Yeah, the Exile from Paradise. Yeah, it's actually a really good movie.
It used to be on Netflix. I don't know if it is on there now anymore, but it's a good movie.
Just skimming through some of these jewelry. And they added the Dari Blade 2 Mobile Suit Gundam Extreme Versus 2 Overboost on this week. So looks good though. I'm a big Maxi Boost versus fan. So whenever this comes out on the system, this is I think the arcade, obviously the arcade game. So I don't, or if it's across seas, if you could play it on the system. It's the Dari Blade with the upgraded parts.
You know, when 3-dimensional or 3-dimensional arenas, or 3-dimensional aspect fighting is always made. You know what? It just reminds me of Dragon Ball Z Budokai.
Yeah.
It looks good, DBZ game out, by the way, because that new DBZ game looks crazy.
It does look good.
Whenever it does, I need it.
Oh yeah, and CD. Speaking of movies, brother, you saw the trailer. Look back.
Oh yeah, bro, that looks amazing.
Oh boy, we're eating good this year, brother. We're eating good.
That's what I was saying. I thought the same people that did Chainsaw Man was gonna do it, and I'm glad they didn't, because Jesus Christ, that looked stunning.
Ooh, looks perfect.
There we go.
Here we go.
That's the shit.
This looks dope.
What is it?
This is the DJ.
Oh, the DJ. My fault.
Yeah. But this is Honor Ray's custom DJ, so he gets a custom Zeta head with a DJ Zeta head mixture with 2 eyes and a different backpack, and then the Zeta's long rifle.
So I got that too from like the original, the 2.0 Zeta I built 16 years ago. So I might use that shit.
Dude, I have the full mechanics DJ, and thank you, Grips, Vulcan Hobby, our sponsor, 10%. He sent me the 2.0 Zeta Master Grade, so I have the rifle too now. Dude, and this has a sub arm, and I have the Kotobukiya sub arm kit, so you can build a sub arm to connect it to a different weapon to the backpack. I think I might just make this, because this looks sick.
It does look dope. There's something about the DJ. I don't like the shoulders. That's a Pringle.
It is a Pringle. It's was it pizza flavor?
For sure.
Yeah. Spicy. That's that flaming hot. More of that, and that's it. We had a lot of what's new, but we covered last few weeks. Anything from here to y'all is like, you know what? I'm gonna probably pick this up.
That Thunderbolt 2. That Thunderbolt
2.0.
2.0. I think that's a definite buy for me. That looks
that
great.
Does look sick. What about that GM?
GM, it depends on the price. I need to know how much it costs. I might pick it up. CD, how about you?
That GM, like you said, depending on the cost. Dual pistol, I'm pretty much sold on it. So as long as it's reasonable price, probably like $60. Isn't gonna be too expensive.
Let us know in the comments below what y'all gonna pick up if y'all see anything new. Not a lot for me, to be honest with you. We don't have a lot for Hold That Thought. Do y'all have anything for Hold That Thought?
I got something. The first NBA, I don't know if he's the first.
Hold That Thought.
Let's say Porter being banned from the NBA, being a life ban. What an idiot!
What a life ban? Why?
I think he might be the first one. I believe. I don't know if it was Tyreek Evans or OJ Mail that got a ban for drugs, like 2 week suspension. But he's the first player to be banned for betting.
Yeah, he
was
betted
on
on
his heroes
himself.
type shit.
Not did he bet on himself or bet on the
So he didn't bet
Raptors?
on
He plays
himself.
for the Raptors
on them.
and he bet
Yeah.
money on the Raptors.
He was giving
He lost
inside
his-
information. So 3 strikes. He was giving them information about players not being in or out.
Oh,
for the
really?
game, which is like highly classified information. Took himself out early for a game, so someone could put a 6-figure bet on him, on his props, which is you're smoking crack, bro. And then continue to bet against his team.
that they will lose. He made
That
what
they lose.
$21,000 worth of money on bets and gave up
Yes.
all for his NBA career.
And he's made $2.2 million, and he lost his career over $21,000.
What? Oh my god.
But
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
That is true. On the flip side, though, you're banned from the NBA. Does not mean you're banned from basketball. So China, I'm assuming like Canadian, you're not going to get NBA money, but
But
You
who
wanna
knows?
get,
You know,
like-
maybe China, but I don't know if any of the European they hold basketball just as sacred. So
If anything,
You might-
more
you
so,
might be at
especially in
Walmart.
Japan. Especially more
Yeah.
so in Japan. Japan, it's crazy. So dude, that I
Japan,
mean,
like
that
the Euro
much. Yeah, but I mean, like, dude, like, so he was literally taking himself out of the games, like when he bet, like he was gonna get injured or something like that, and so he could win
but
bets.
He said he was sick. Yeah, so they were like, all right, I'm gonna put. I think the guy put like $70,000 on Jonte Porter under points, rebounds, and assists, and he played and then took himself out. I think 2 times for like an illness and like an eye injury. We only played a couple minutes, so you only have to play a couple minutes for the bet to be valid.
Why would he do that? What? I mean, but what would be the point?
How-
You're making more
my
money than
thing
you
is
could
like,
possibly.
how do you get
bet.
caught doing that? Like, you have to have like an like you have to tell somebody like random, like, yo, put this money on me. Like, how does that come back to you? Like, at all?
Each team has a team that looks into betting because that's part of their CBA player contracts. Each team has an individual team that's set to go look transactional all these players. In Vegas, they're not here to lose money. So when they see Jonte Porter, who's not playing at all, suddenly see an $80,000 bet come in, and a guy that never plays, that never gets bet on, they're gonna be like, all right, let's go look at this dude's account and see why he's
You gotta be.
betting on
It's
it.
gonna start have to get smarter than that if you're gonna do anything. I will have to be like, yo, CD, open up a bank account. This is what I want to do, and I want to like shave.
You can't even. You got to have a burner to a burner to have
Yeah.
someone else's friend to do it. Like there can be no line. But it's also the NBA. Like they're $1 billion conglomerate.
Yeah,
There's no way for them not to be able to like trace it back to you, and that's the whole
Dang.
point. Like, I mean, you see the guys in the NFL. Calvin Ridley, he lost $11 million for a year. At least he's able to come back and play. A couple of the
Mhm.
Detroit Lions players, they were betting
dude
not on
that we
themselves.
got at corner, Isaiah Rodgers. Apparently, he placed a bet on himself or on the Colts when he was on the Colts.
Yep.
Why are players doing this though? Why? I mean, they're making more money than they could possibly
Addicts, man.
bet it.
It's
Addicts,
addicts.
exactly.
But it makes
Addicts.
so little sense. You're making more money. You can
Yeah.
bet it on other things that don't
Yeah.
involve your sport.
I don't think this is something that they just discovered. Like, they've probably all had issues with this, like, because you don't just be like, all right, this is my dream of my life, my goal to be at the highest level, and I'm about to risk
It's an addict.
millions of dollars.
Just like
for-
what was his name? Was it Michael Beasley?
Mhm.
Who threw it all away through his NBA career when at the time was weed, right? He was like, yo, I'm not giving up weed. I'm not giving up weed. He was like, I'm not playing in it. He was like, well, you can't play in the NBA. He was like, then I won't play in the NBA. I'm not giving up weed.
You
So
just
say
gotta
what,
wait.
or Tyreek Evans. I believe it was Tyreek Evans. He's first round draft pick for the Kings, a dog, a talent, but could not give up the weed. And I think the NBA ended up just because he kept getting suspended year
Yeah.
extension. He'd come back. We're done with you. So be smarter. It also doesn't help that like they're advertising betting like on like, the shit.
Oh yeah, FanDuel and all that shit.
FanDuels on people's
everywhere.
jerseys and shit. Like,
Yeah. When you
Mm.
could
Quick
bet on
fix,
any
but-
and everything.
yeah,
I would say just
But-
bet on something that's not your sport. Wouldn't that just be the answer?
Yeah, but you have more control You get, you know what I'm saying? And you have more
you feel like
control
there's
when
less
it's your
risk.
sport.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and like the guys aren't going to play on the game or on the team, so like,
yeah.
oh, this dude's
If I place a
he's
bet,
not coming
like,
back at halftime. Place this bet.
Yeah,
You send a quick text at halftime. So it's like Coop said, addicts. That's all it is. Like,
yeah, that's all it is. It's a crazy world.
Yeah, I thought that shit was crazy. I thought that shit was crazy. WNBA draft happened too. Clayton Clark got drafted. 4-year, $383,000. That's her contract.
It seems like a little, but they were saying those endorsement deals and the fact that Jake from State Farm was like on stage behind her that shook her hand and talked to her.
Yep.
Dude,
I
the
think
money she
friends.
got coming on.
They have to be friends.
Oh, okay.
Like, when she got drafted, she walked up and
Put
gave
the cap on him.
Gave him her hat. Like you have to be my friend. You had to come up from Iowa.
Get the
Like,
draft cap.
we grew up together. At this point, you just started your career way before mine. Because Jake from State Farm is what, like probably like that's like a 4 or 5 year thing. Because it was Chris Paul before that, and then there was just a white guy who was Jake with the khakis, wasn't it? And then he became the face of that because it was the white guy on the phone, and his wife was like, "Who you talking to?" He was like, "I'm, what do you have on?" Khakis. And then my name is Jake.
Came down the stairs.
Yeah, he came down, and there was a white dude, and then it turned into that dude Jake from State Farm being like the State Farm mascot. So they're probably around the same age. I'm assuming 20-something years old.
That's crazy, man. He's the luckiest dude in the world. Mahomes is his friend. Clark is his friend. Like he's just collected them at this point.
Right. Or you could be like the dude, what's his name? Jordan the Stallion. That's pause. I mean, that name is wild. But he's the guy that's on. He started his TikTok, or he's just like breaking down like myths and trends, and then from there blew up to where like he got Method Man copying him. He's working with like and he was like, he's in the mirror. He's like, yeah, come here, and the camera would zoom in, and Method Man was doing it, and he was like, yeah, let me talk to y'all. Come here. And it zoomed in.
That dude's crazy though.
And he walked in. The dude Jordan walked in. He was like, "Yo, you stealing my stick?" He was like, "Oh my bad." Like, so, like
he's like 25 too. It's wild.
Yeah, going from nothing, like I'm just making TikTok videos to where now it's like a trap.
That's Keith Lee too. He just started out doing reviews.
But at least Keith Lee was like a UFC fighter. Like he had some form of celebrity behind him. Like. For you to fight UFC, for you to start off as like a normal Joe and blow up, that's
the regular.
That's what's up.
Just a regular cheese.
But that's what's it. That's what's up, and that's it for Hold That Thought. Get away from the Gundam monotony for a little bit, and let's go right into the meat and potatoes of this episode. NFL draft is among us, and we're going to do a Gundam draft. We're going to draft a squad. We started off at just a 3v3, so a triple threat, 9-man, whatever y'all want to call it for y'all wrestling people out there. I don't know if they do that anymore. I know the 3 are the triple threat tag team match, but now it's 3-3-3, which I don't know. Wrestling is a whole nother thing. But we're going to assemble one main suit with this pilot, or do y'all want to just do the pilot and then draft the suit with it? You want to see let me see this pilot. Let's
suit. I care less about the pilot.
Let's just do the suit. Yeah, we'll do the suit, and we'll put the secondary suit behind it. Right? We'll put the secondary suit behind it. So the secondary suit cannot be better than the main suit. And then 2 grunt suits. We can go. And what order y'all want to go in? We're gonna just do a regular. Let's do a regular draft. We're not gonna do the snake draft to where it goes 1, 2, and 3, 3, 2, and 1, 1, 2, and 3. We'll just do 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3. How y'all want to?
Who decides the first pick?
Yeah, we'll decide this. We'll write a number down. Right. We'll put a number down, and we'll tell Siri to pick a number between 1 and 50. The closest one to that number, All right. Well, the person who gets the closest to that number is the goes first, second, and third. That's pretty obvious, right? Let's see. All right. So I'm gonna go.
No change of numbers.
No change of numbers. I got mine written down right here on the War Machine Mark IV instructions.
40. Mine's 40.
Okay. Well, I'll go 40. All right. So we got Austin's number. My number is 28. So, so if it's lower than fucking yeah, there we go. So we got 40. Austin's hoping to get that 45 number. So we'll see. Pick a number between 1 and 50. In Siri, pick 14. So I go first. Austin,
you know what my first number was? My first number was 7. I literally wrote down 7, and I was like,
my first number was 11.
Oh my god! So I would have won regardless.
I would have been picking last. So we're
God
going
damn.
1, 2, and 3. Austin picks last, and we'll go from there. All right. So
yeah.
And I'm gonna make it fun, right? We're not gonna be like, I'm gonna pick the heaviest, like the strongest. What is it? The double X, right? Or the Turn A, isn't that considered the strongest?
Turn A, yep, is the strongest mobile suit out of all of them. That and the G.
I got some heat for y'all. That's all I know.
All right, this is gonna be fun. Here we go. So the question is, what do I want to get first? Do I want to get the secondary suit out of the way? Do I want to get the grunt suit out of the way? Do I want to get the main suit and build from there? There's a lot of main suits. I want to go. All right, this is okay.
Cooper from Newport News selects in the
with my first overall pick in the 2024 Gundam draft. Selects as a backup suit the GM Sniper 2 as a backup.
Oh wow! First off the board is crazy.
First off the board, we're gonna go GM Sniper 2 as a backup suit.
Damn.
And so that grunt suit is no longer available, and I think from a long distance range is great. Here's my evaluation for it. Right, it's not going to come in as a starter day one. Right, he's gonna shoot pop shots from a distance, but he will supply cover. It's a general mech suit. It's obviously a special unit suit. I had this guy going late first round, if anything, sliding into the second round, right? But Cooper decided to go get this guy early off the board. This wasn't. I think he should have traded down, accumulated more picks, maybe for next year's draft, right? But you know,
the Coop Junior review.
Yeah.
So, now this leaves them open to a counter, though. Let's just hope that no one makes a camphor selection, and we know how the camphor ends the Gym Sniper 2s.
So, I mean, honestly, they're building for the future, and they're not building for the now. So,
but they still want some success during this season.
I give this grade a C. A C, if anything. I don't think this should have went first round. If, like I said, I had this guy maybe sliding into day 2. But the Cooper franchise thinks otherwise. So we'll see what the CD team picks as its first off the board. So CD, what do you have off the board?
My draft congamin over
here. Yeah, the war room. What are we going to do?
Picks in.
Pick is in. And for the 2024 Gundam draft,
the CDs select with the backup suit to the main suit, a Xeon suit, the Jagadoga.
Jagadoga. This is the unicorn version, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the unicorn version, right?
No, that's I'm going Char's counterattack.
Char's counterattack. Jagadoga is a back, and then we're talking about
that
the
yellow,
blue and yellow,
green. Yeah,
the green and yellow. Okay, not the green, quest,
yellow,
not
teal.
quest, but the other. Yeah, I forgot. He has a weird name.
Oh yeah,
okay, yeah. The cyber new type.
Yeah,
good.
Quick draft breakdown. I wanted a beefy space type. Has a little Saikamu. You know, it's up there as far as Xeon suits. Not the main suit, but it can hold its own in a dogfight with the correct pilot. With some type of crazy ass mental instability, you know, they always go crazy and blow shit up. So we reached, but I think it's to fit the scheme of my team. It's a good fit.
There you go.
We're gonna give it
secondary suit,
a C as well.
As a secondary suit, I think it's a great pick. early to mid first round, I think, as a secondary suit. I mean, there's plenty of options on the board. They could have went anywhere, right? But I think the Jaradoga as a backup suit to the Sazabi was a great selection. And we'll see where Team CD goes. So we have the GM Sniper off the board as a backup suit. We have the secondary suit as Jaradoga, and now we have Team Austin Gunpla Tesseract down here. Team Tesseract, you're up. The 2024 Gundam Draft.
Quick reminder of the rules, though. So it's one main suit, one standby suit, and then 2 grunts.
2 grunts.
Yes,
correct.
Okay. Team Austin, Team Tesseract, is going to go with a 5-dimensional chest move. Hint the name. And we're going to go grunts first. We're going to take 2 grunts in this opening draft, and they are going to be a Xeon suit. Big surprise. Usually, Tesseract doesn't usually like these Xeon suits, but we're going with 2.
You going to get both of them off the board right now?
Is the Z Zulu coming off the board this early?
No. Oh, no. But I do want 2 of these. Actually, no. I'm sorry. Correction.
You only can get one.
I was gonna say I did want 2 of these, but I can only get one, so I'm only getting one, and I'm gonna have a compliment to it. But the first off the board is going to be a suit no one saw coming, the Galgoog Vertex.
Galgoog Vertex. Is that
the Galgoog with the long ass shoulders?
With the long ass shoulders, big guy.
Yeah,
why?
He tested well at the combine with them long shoulders.
Why? It is a older Xeon suit that has plenty of replacement parts, because there's a crap ton of them from the 1-year war lying around. But the Vertex is the ultimate updated version, and we know for a fact that it can still hold its own, as it was still involved in most combat during the Laplace's box incident in Unicorn, and was holding its own. Of course, one did get sniped out there, but still, forget that one. But it still was pretty much super maneuverable in space, and incredibly dangerous at close range. Its maneuverability allows it to dodge weapons very easily. You're essentially getting an ace pilot suit at a grunt level, and so that's why Tesseract is selecting the Galgoog Vertex.
Sounds like he drafted that 7th-year senior.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds.
A lot of experience.
A lot of experience.
Here's
and
I
don't have to pay for it.
Yeah, and here's my thing, right? Like, this guy 3 years ago would have probably been a late draft, undrafted. He'd probably been undrafted. He stayed in school. He stayed on the battlefield. He earned his stripes, and he worked his way up into that first round. And to be honest with you, I give it a B, a solid B for Gunpla Tesseract. I mean, these guys are going soft here first, and they're going to hold up their end. And pause. And come day 2. 3rd, 4th round, I think this is when it gets spicy. I think these guys are trying to see, they're feeling each other out, trying to see where they're going to go to first. And now we're back at the 2nd round. We have Team Coop, and his first pick was the GM Sniper 2 long range. Let's see where he goes here. The pick is in the 2024 Gundam Draft. The Coop Team Coop selects the Messer from Hathaway as his second grunt suit. So we have 2 grunt suits, the GM Sniper 2 and the Messer from Hathaway. Think of as a up close, in your face type of suit. I think the GM Custom, they pair together great. I mean, the GM Sniper 2 with the Messer will pair together great as a close up in your face suit with a long distance range. So you can see they're trying to be well diverse here. The Messer was highly sought after. I give this probably a good B+ in the round. You would think that the Messer could have went off the board as a first round talent, right? As a first round support suit. But for him to get high quality right there, we have the Messer and the GM Sniper 2 as close range and long range. Now Coop just has to assemble the secondary and main suit. And I think this right now he's obviously the steal of the draft, the Messer. So we'll see what CD and Austin, how they will counteract and go from there.
CD, your reaction to that pick?
You know, It's a solid pick. Messer's heavy duty, big body kit. Lacks what it lacks on the long range definitely brings to you in the forefront of close range combat. Still can fight in space, can fight on the ground. So I think it's a great pick by Coop's team.
Thank you.
Yeah. The only issue I would have is that it's an awfully large suit. And in the field, when the bigger you are, the harder you fall. And you got to be able to have some maneuverability. Thankfully, the Messer does have some maneuverability. But as we've all known, if it gets cornered with probably one or two more guys, it can't really hold its own. But we'll be interested to see what happens.
There it is. And I think
We'll see.
now up CD and Team CD in the 2024 Gundam draft.
The CDs will be selecting their first grunt suit, the Jesta Cannon. With this pick, we wanted to go for a heavy assault type that can also, when times get tough, drop those assault armaments and go to stealth type of combat. So we thought the GM Cannon would be able to give us the long range, heavy artillery aspect, but still be able to fight close range if need be. So the GM Cannon is off the board.
You said Jesta Cannon. Are we going Jesta Cannon or Jesta Cannon? Okay, the Jesta Cannon from Unicorn.
Cannon. Yes,
I think it's
Insight.
I think it's a solid pick. To be honest with you, it was out of the three. It was the one that was kicked off into this, off the base jabber by the Unicorn. So didn't hold his own against the Unicorn when they fought in space. But out of the three, for it to have all those armaments and to pair him with the Gyaradoga, it's a behind the Gyaradoga. It's a good pick as the first grunt suit off the board for Team CD. To be honest with you,
it might have struggled against those Power 5 mobile suits. The cream of the crop, but I think it holds its own against the mid majors.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, for the Federation, it's their staple now. It's a staple in the mid years for the Federation. It's given to its probably the most talented pilots of the Federation. So the Jesta, and especially being the Cannon, I think it's a good solid pick here. You can see what Team CD is doing. He's trying to assemble pretty much a ground first tactic here. And it would be awesome to see what Austin does to counteract and Coop to counteract with that. I mean, Austin has left one grunt suit left in main and a secondary suit. I see that Team CD did go secondary early, which kind of pigeonholes them into a main suit and one grunt suit left. So we'll see come next round where they go. I think these guys are holding the cards. I don't think we're going to see any main suits go off the board just yet, but we never know because Team Austin is up, Team Tesseract is up, and I think it is their pick in. And in 2024 Gundam draft, Team Tesseract selects.
Yeah, so Team Tesseract has decided to go to the grips conflict for this suit. We're going to draft a suit that has a ton of potential, as we know, as the AOZ Titans did get a hand on a couple of them and ultimately upgraded them to their ultimate potential. And that suit is going to be for the grunts, the Barzam. That's right, the Barzam.
Wow.
It has comparable energy and power to the Mark II, essentially designed from the Mark II. So it's essentially a Mark II Gundam, just inside. It is taller than the Mark II too, so you do get a bit more size, but it keeps its maneuverability. There are a good amount of parts for it still allowed, so it's not too expensive for us to purchase, and it has a huge ceiling. We could see this guy in a couple of years, probably even upgrading to the Barzam 2, which is essentially a unicorn. So we see some really great opportunity out of him, and he's really low and easy to snap up. We're gonna do some money ball here. We're gonna take a high potential player we can get for a low amount of money now.
There we go.
We picked the Barzam.
That's solid. People forget about the grips war, right? People forget about that AOZ and how the grips war and the grips conflict caused the AOZ. And I mean, it's a great pick right here. I think going AOZ right now in the month of April, it's typical, but it's a solid pick. I had this guy maybe sliding out of the draft, maybe not getting selected with the Barzam. And to be honest with you, a lot of the AOZ team, I didn't think it will come off here in the draft with the Wound Wart still on the board and the Hazel still on the board. I didn't think, but of course it is April, right? That's the shocking matter. It is April, and it is AOZ, and that's where we're going to go. It's a great pickup. It's two grunt suits. They have Barzam and also that Gelgoog. So now from here, we have Coop and Austin having to have the main suit and a secondary suit. Then we have CD. He went secondary early, right? He went with the Gyaradoga early. I think it was a mistake, but that's him. That's his team. So we'll see.
I'm interested to see because he's right now is the only suit that has any type of psycho frame technology.
Yeah.
In it. So funnel
exactly.
So,
exactly.
I mean, the Tesseract and Cooper is going to have to bring up something to counter it. Maybe CD might have tipped his hand a little bit too early.
Yeah, I think he did, and that's the problem. That's the problem.
Tesseract's doing here too. He's going to these smaller schools, these private workouts. He's not going to these main big draft guys. He likes, the experienced guys that they're kind of falling off the boards, as Cooper saying, that we didn't expect to make this draft, but some might call it a reach, some might call it a but I think Austin has a game plan here, so we'll have to wait to see what he does with his last two picks. Maybe he will surprise us all, but right now, a little head scratcher on the Barzam, but we'll see.
We'll see. Now, of course, now Team Cooper's up. He's down to left his secondary and main, and I think the pick is in the 2024 Gundam draft. Team Coop selects as a secondary unit the Rosen Zulu. I think it's a good pick. I think he stole that one from Team CD. I think that's one Rosen Zulu piloted by Angelo, who's a secondary pilot behind Full Frontal. He has psycho frames, and he looked into it. I think that if Team CD didn't go Gyaradoga as his first pick, I don't think Coop would have went Rosen Zulu here. I think he's chasing the board, right? He didn't pick the best. He didn't let the board play out for him. I think there's a lot of great secondary suits, but I think because Team CD picked the Gyaradoga, right? He thought of those psycho frames, right? Those psycho comms or whatever you have it, whatever these kids are playing with nowadays, right? When I was growing up, we didn't have those.
Right. You heard it first. Tesseract hinted at it. Psycho frames, they're a big thing in the league now. So every team has to have one on them. So,
every team is getting these guys. I mean, these guys are falling off the board every quick, fast, and in a hurry. I remember back in the day, you'd just be good with a Zaku in a heat hawk. That's when I was coming up. That was a long time ago. That was when you were still in Pampers, right? But I think Coop going Rosen Zulu right here with the Psycho Jams that could go against any type of Psycho frame. So he's also thinking about the Rosen Zulu Psycho Jammers against any type of Psycho suit. We're talking about the new Gundam, Unicorn Gundam, the Banshee, and he thought about the Barzam just in case the Barzam 2 comes out. I think this was a good pick right here, playing against what he sees. I'll give this a Rosen Zulu an A+. It's a steal right here in this draft.
The Rosen Zulu is a great suit, but I do have concerns. There are some reports of how is his behavior off the field going to be? He's awfully flamboyant. He chooses to wear purple everywhere. You can't really trust somebody like that. And from what we've heard, the pilot is kind of obsessed with a certain somebody to the point where he's able to even sabotage himself, not focus on the game. So I'm a little bit worried about the pick. I see the potential. I see the ceiling. I see it, but the question is how is the performance off the field? Off the field is the main problem we're gonna have here. Oh, you're muted, Coop.
Hey,
you're right. No, you're right. You're right. The obsession is there, but Kobe Bryant was obsessed, right? But Michael Jordan was obsessed. So we're gonna. I mean, sometimes these guys can work it out. I mean, he has psycho. This Rosen Zulu and Angelo comes with, like I said before, psycho frames. I mean, funnels. And it's Psycho Jammers. So it's a great overall pick. Guy kind of slid. This is one that in any other draft, this guy would have easily been in the first round. But how much grunt suits are out there? This guy slid. This is a great spot for this guy. A first round grade I gave him coming out of Anaheim Electronics that has Neo Xeon, right? I gave this guy a first round grade. Again, if this was 2023, 2022, he easily would have been second pick off the board easily as he supports.
Is his love for war there though? We always question if guys' love for the game.
We'll find out.
Right?
We'll find out. Is he going to get shot down early? Right? Is he going to get hit in the stomach early? The Unicorn hit him in the stomach early, but guess what? The Unicorn had to go perfect the ability to do it. People forget that. People forget the normal unicorn did not shut down the Rose and Zulu, and then therefore had to go perfectibility to stop this guy. So again, it all depends on what the rest of the board lays out, right? Like it depends on what CD, what Austin does. I think it's a great pick for Team Coop, and he's pairing him with the Messer and a GM Sniper. Two off the, we have a Federation, we have the Mafty, and we have Neo Zeon. This guy's all over the place. This guy is all over the place. I mean,
if we do know one thing, he's certainly not betting on his own team.
Coop's just he's trying to hold his own in the division. That's all. So, hats off to him on that. It's a sleeper pick. We'll go with that because, hey, it's a sleeper pick.
There you go. And now Team CD is up on the board. He has a main unit and one grunt left. Where does Team CD go now in the 2024 Gundam draft? The pick is in.
Team CD is going to select the Zaku 2 high mobility type. I waited to see if anyone was going to pick it. As Team Austin was saying, Team Tesseract, he went with kits that were older in the war, but had a lot of parts. With the right pilot, could fend off anyone. And I think the high mobility type Zaku 2 is the epitome of a master suit with weak pilots. It is was the top of the line for the Zeon Federation out of college, and I think it embodies Zeon. Everyone thinks of the Zaku high mobility type when they think of this particular school. So I think the high mobility type is going to be an awesome pairing with my team so far. I think it's going to be able to long range, short range. It's kind of the glue guy. It's going to hold everything together. It's going to be able to take on the main suits. It might not win, but it's definitely going to hold its own. Some of the weaker suits washed them. So I think this guy at this time in the draft was a great pick. I'm going to give myself my first A on the board because I think this fits well with the kind of team I'm building.
Absolutely.
Agreed 110%. This is probably my favorite pick of the draft. I see nothing but huge potential. But what's even better is that he is loved in the locker room. Loved in the locker room. Not a single pilot doesn't like flying it. Not a single person does it. And there's no real weaknesses with this guy. There's none really when you think about it. You need to get in short. You can close the distance real quick. You need to stay far. Just make sure you got the anti-material rifle. You want to get even, just dash left and right. Keep them thinking. Keep them scared. Keep them wondering what's going to happen. This is the guy for it. He's pretty much I like this pick. He's a do it all type of person. The only issue is you got to make sure you got the right guy in the seat. Not the controls, because once again, but now the good thing is this usually doesn't get passed around to the person who knows what they're doing, takes hand of it. So I like this. I don't see anything wrong with this one, and frankly, I'm kind of surprised no one else took this off the board. This would have been a fantastic first one.
Me too, Austin. I want to let you know right now. I want to go back to my notes. I have a few words right beside this mobile suit. I want to go right back to it. But get your lunch pail, right? This is a lunch pail type of suit. This is a guy that up close, he got the heat hawk. If he needs to go big axe, he also has the sniper, a few assault rifles, the high mobility. And I see what Team CD did right here. He went with the captains, right? He went with you got the Jester Cannon, right? They're not passing these guys around. These guys ain't grown on trees, the Jester Cannon or the high mobility Zaku. Especially the high mobility Zaku too. I mean, you go back and you look at the Johnny Riddens of the world, you look at the Black Tri-Stars of the world. Those guys were great in field of play, right? I mean, going back to pre-1 year war with the Black Tri-Stars, right? I mean, those guys ran rampant up in space, and for him to get this guy here, this mobile suit here, like I said, bring your lunch pail. This is an everyday. I remember there was a guy back in the day that had one of these suits. He was called a Swiss Army knife. I mean, you could put him anywhere on the field, on the ground, in the air, far away, up close. He was able to do it all. I think there's this pick right here. Even as a mobile suit kit, even if you want to go Gunpla, the high mobility Zaku 2 is probably well known and well respected amongst the community. It's a great pick. It's probably the sleeper of the draft, and it got a grade A in my book. Fell way deep in his draft than it had to. fell way deep.
Agreed. 100% agreed. 100% agreed.
The war room.
Got the hat.
Yeah.
Hey, you ready to join the team?
Hey, there it
Let's go
is.
and win it.
Welcome to the team. Thank you. We're happy you're with us. We're glad to have you with us.
So next up, the last pick. This is the last pick of Team Coop. This is the fourth pick. Yeah, right now he's assembled the Messer. No, Austin, my fault. Go, my fault. Go ahead. I'm ready to get my main suit out of the way. All right.
Yeah. So I picked two. CD, remind me, what was your main suit? Did you pick a main suit or did you say secondary suit?
No main suit
Secondary.
from Team CD. Just have.
So let's run down the list already. We got Coop have as a support suit as the Rosen Zulu, and his backup suits are GM Sniper 2 and the Messer. CD he has picked as a support suit the Gyaradoga and a half cannon Jester and the high mobility Zaku 2. Great picks up so far. And you have picked Austin the Barzam, right?
Mhm.
As the backup suit. And you've also picked up the
Goog Vertex.
So this is your third pick. This is going to have to be a main suit or a support suit.
Yeah. So for support suit, what the Tesseract team knows now is demonstrating, and I don't know if you picked up on it, but what we need is size now. We need size. The Galgoog's awfully big. The Barzam is bigger than it looks, but he's still more like a mid-range linebacker. He's still, he needs a little bit more weight on his bones, but he can still do the job.
He's a little rangy. He's a little rangy.
Little rangy. We need size. And for that, our surprise, the Tesseract team is picking outside UC. No one has picked outside UC yet. So outside UC, we are going with the Destroy Gundam from Mobile Suit Gundam Seed Freedom. Talk about size. Now, this is a newcomer to the game. He hasn't been around long, but man, has he made a splash. And let me tell you, when there is no blind spot on this big guy, and when he's in town, you better move out the way or just pick up the town and move it because he's going to crush it. This guy here is, in one sense of a word, all size, but no attitude. He doesn't have any problems off the field. He does his job respectfully. And if you've seen the movie, especially in the clips, you notice he does not give up. Lose an arm, use a leg, lose a head. He's still coming at you. He ain't going to stop. He ain't going to quit. He's rumbling. He's tumbling. He's like Juggernaut on the X-Men. He ain't coming down not to play around. This guy is massive. He makes a statement. It says this Tesseract team is here to win it. You're not getting by us. You're not getting past us. You're going to have to go through us.
And for Team Tesseract, for them to go destroy Gundam here, CD, I mean, they went with the behemoth. Only thing that makes me worry about this guy is the size. I mean, that's the thing. You want to get size, you get this guy. But you get this guy in outer space, in open field, right, with a couple of these quick high mobility guys. This is when it gets kind of scary for him, right? Maybe up close in person. Right, we get a couple of these close-up fighters, right? You might be able to give it away. He comes with a plethora of shots. I mean, from every which angle, but eventually this guy gets exposed. I mean, I have tape on this guy. He ran out of ammo quick, fast, and in a hurry, and he couldn't regenerate as quick as he wanted to, right? And he was left in an open. And I mean, go back and watch the film. I mean, this guy, the grade for this guy, for him to fall right here. I mean, this is where I had him, right? I know a couple of guys that he was up on the board and maybe further down, but I went back and I watched that See Them Freed film, and it fits right. He fits right here. I think this is a good pickup, especially if you want to go size, right? But that's also a gift and a curse. I see where a Team Austin is going, a Team Tesseract is going, with the Gelgoog. Right, he's also got the Barzam behind him. This guy's off space. This guy's definitely dealing in space. If teams want to push down and get this guy on the ground, this is where I start questioning: can his team thrive on the ground as much as he can in space? In space, you're talking about a plus A team, A plus team. But what happens when we get this team down on ground? Get boots on the ground, right? This is when it gets scary. When we can hide behind buildings.
Inside the colony. When the fight gets inside the colony.
When the fight's inside the
Will
colony.
Will he fit in the colony?
That's the question.
That's what you have to ask yourself. Can you even bring this guy? But it depends on where the fight's at. I see where Team Tesseract is doing. And for this guy to be right here, I think it's a great pick, to be honest with you. CD?
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that one, Coop. I think this is a team breaker. If us needs to break into something, this is the pick you want. If you want to blow away a whole wave of people, this is the pick. This is not the Aaron Donald build of, let's say, comparing him to D lineman. This is not the quick, fast, agile. This is more of like the Forrest Buckner 6'8" space taker.
Space taker
is huge. It is wide. It is a load to move out the way.
Absolutely.
It is heavy artillery. It will blow you away. But as Coop said, what happens when it runs out of plasma? What happens when has no ammo left? Is it going to stomp on you? When these smaller agile things get close.
Well, that's what we got to see on film. He was great. He was great on film.
Great, blowing things away. There was nothing left in his weight, but time will tell.
That's what we have to do.
Everything gets figured out. Everything gets figured out eventually. But I think that's a good pick by Team Tesseract. He went size. He said he didn't have any size, and boy, did he get it. He got all the size in the road on that pick.
There you go. And that's it. We're coming around to the last pick of the draft here. A lot of good mobile suits still left on the board. I think these guys,
a lot of firepower out there, Coop. No one has their main suit yet.
And that's where we're at. We knew early in this draft process that these guys was going to wait and feel each other out and see who's going to go main suit first. We're now at the bottom of the draft where the main suits come off the board. Only people left in the green room are the main guys for these guys. And we're going to see, and Coop's up first, who will be the first main suit off the board. And then I think from there is Team Tesseract and Team CD. Are they going to chase after Coop, or are they going to stick to their big boards and say, you know what, this is what we got? We're not chasing after Coop. We're going to go after what we have, and if so be it, and so be it. So here we go. Team Coop's pick is in, and the first main suit off the board in the 2024 Gundam draft is Gundam Wing Zero. From Gundam Wing.
Wow.
We
saw that one coming a mile away, didn't we?
Yeah, we saw.
Yeah, that was the most televised pick I've ever known.
I mean, if we had to put this out there, this was Caleb Williams, right? I mean, we know we could have penciled this guy as probably being the main.
We knew this was happening day one.
Right? I mean, the
Call me a fortune teller because I saw the future.
Yeah, I think that picks up right here at CD. I think at this point, I mean, that was going to be the first main suit off the board. Was the Wing Zero. You got transformation. You have the iconic Zero system that shows the pilot the outcome, so they don't have to worry about anything coming down the pipeline. Right? We have the dual buster cannons, head Vulcans with also with 2 beam sabers. I mean, this guy brings versatility. He gives you everything you need as a main suit and then some, right? I mean, this guy went from being sought after to being the main guy in Endless Waltz, right? I mean, he came through and saved the day at the end of Endless Waltz. I want to know what's the best situation for this guy. Is this guy, I mean, obviously in space, right? But he can also fight in ground as well. What version are we getting? Are we getting the Angel Wing version? Are we going to go kind of like the regular Proto Zero type of version? It all depends. He's versatile across the board. What's making this a good pick, I think, honestly, it's the Zero system. Is having the pilot learn from the suit and getting all of that taken care of out of the way and making it straight focus. I think whoever you put in there is going to be key. But having this suit on the team, have how versatile this guy. So now we have the Wing Zero. Let's put it on the board. Coop's team, right? This is what he's bringing in 2024. His main suit, everybody knew it. It's going to come off the board quick. Was the Wing Zero. Then his backup suit is the Rosen Zulu, right? Piloted by Angelo. Then we have as backup units, the Messer, to clean mess up and taking long distance shots to GM Sniper 2. I think overall, this is a great draft for Team Coop. We'll see how this plays out, right? How other teams draft down the line. Is Austin, is CD, are they going to chase this pick or are they going to stick to their big boards? We'll find out now because the pick is in for Team CD. And in the 2024 Gundam draft, Team CD selects his main
To
suit.
fill out this team, Team CD will be selecting the full armor unicorn.
Yeah, and that was no brainer. That was a no brainer right there. I think that's a.
Hey, it was a toss up. We had the Mark V come work out for us. We really liked it. But that full armor unicorn, just to be able to still continue that firepower along with the Jester Cannon, but also to be able to strip of all those armaments, to release the cycle frame and be able to distort time and just really take over a battle. I think the unicorn works well with the Jagadoga, just to kind of bring the whole thing together. And I think in this division, we really, really like offense. We like to stretch the field and kind of wear down the defenses. So
makes sense. I mean, I saw the first few rounds. I mean, the first few quarters between the Rose and Zulu and the Unicorn. I mean, the Rose and Zulu had this guy pinned down. I'm telling you, pinned down. And then right out of halftime, shocked the world when it went perfectibility, right? And shut down the Rose and Zulu. I think Team CD saw that Team Coop selected the Rose and Zulu as a support, but I don't think they chased. I think that he went out and he went and got the best player on the board right then and there, even though it will be a fight between the support of Team Coop support and Team CD's main, right? I wanted to see main on main, but I think eventually, right, Team CD's unicorn, if it goes perfectibility, because I don't think the Rose and Zulu can handle perfectibility, it could go toe to toe with that NTD with the Zero system. They could go toe to toe. I mean, I think it's a great pick to go against what Austin also has, Team Tesseract also has, but we haven't seen what Team Tesseract is going to do. I mean, this is the benefit of picking. This is the benefit of picking last.
Some potential,
This is the benefit of picking last, right? I mean, Team CD went all UC. That's all UC right there. All UC off the board. UC plays strong. If I had to compare UC, that's the SEC of Gundam is the UC, right? So these guys, the Georgia Alabamas of the world, right? Team UC, Londo Bell, this foundation. Those are big names. I mean, we got smaller schools coming into the UC.
Power 5.
It's a Power 5 school, right? Those are. I mean, look at the Federation early on, right? Early on, back in the day, they started with this, with the RX-78, the Project V, as what it was called when I was growing up. It was Project V, and now it is assembled to the Laplace's project, right? Or the Laplace Plus project. So I think this is a great pick right here. We're going to see what Team Tesseract does. I mean, he sees both of the landscape. He sees how the field is played out, and we're going to see how his pick goes.
Well, Tesseract here stepping up on top of the stage, looking awfully confident. Man, they feel like I think they might have just won the competition already. Wow, just goodness. They're just looking around like, really? We're doing this? Really? No one else? All right, fine. I guess we're picking this guy. Team Tesseract. What he sees from the other teams here is he has just about 3 or 4 words he can describe the 2 earlier picks for their main suits: elegance, grace, firepower, and a little bit of flashiness, a little bit too much flashiness, and a little bit. They kind of try to stand out. They do some work though, but Tesseract is going to pick the suit that is on paper has the strongest generator, stronger than any pick here, any pick of this draft. So strong, in fact, that this suit was created just after the Grips War, but lasted all the way into late UC, into Crossbone Gundam, to the end of the UC timeline, and was still kicking ass. Ladies and gentlemen, the big guy. He may not be as elegant, he may not be as graceful, but he gets the job done every time. A franchise to build a player to build a franchise around. It's going to be the Double Zeta Gundam.
Wow.
The Double Zeta Gundam.
There it is.
The most powerful UC Gundam besides the Turn A, but we're not going to pick the Turn A. But besides the Turn A, it's so powerful. In fact, its head cannon was able to destroy an entire colony in one shot. Its power generator, lasted all the way until late UC, traveled to Saturn, lost a leg, came back, and still was beating up on the newer UC suits. This guy is someone to feel. He's Big Ben. He's Big Ben without all the weird, creepy stuff off the field. He takes care of everything he needs to. He's got size, he's got weight, he's got accuracy, he's got power, and he's got psycho frame, new type abilities, as well as a transformation. So you know this guy can travel around and move across the field here to here easily. Now, the only concern that some people would say is, well, I don't know. He's his big brother, the Faz. The Faz looked like it'd be a better pick, but here's the thing: the Faz sacrifices a lot of mobility, and the Double Zeta, even though its size is huge, is actually fairly maneuverable, and did defeat one of the and has one of the strongest new type pilots out there that can use it. So, ladies and gentlemen, Tesseract uses the Double Zeta, and honestly, I mean, I don't want to. I want to give coots to my fellow teammates out there and everybody and my fellow GMs, but I mean, I feel like we've won the championship already. I mean, should we get rings now? Rings now, guys.
Wow. That pick, Coop, what a pick to bring it home. I think he made up for some earlier indiscretions. Some other.
It makes me.
We had to save money.
It makes me worry though, right? I mean, this guy first round grade. I think that his sleeper in the first round. The Double Zeta is a magnificent suit. I think that overall, for what it brings, firepower, maneuverability, it is a jack of all trades. But like the saying says, you're a jack of all trades, a master of what, right? So I think right here, I mean, we have a good questionable pick especially after Team CD went unicorn early, right? Perfectibility early. I want to see how that hyper bazooka or that head cannon stands up against those three shields when it's in perfectibility mode, right? Do they get absorbed?
It's essentially a colony destroyer in head. Just
because if we go back and watch the film, the
colony destroyers.
But here's the thing: the unicorn only had to defend against one, and it needed the Banshee to help it. It's going to be just the unicorn by itself, and the Zeta can do it multiple times.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the thing that we've seen the unicorn against a colony destroyer. It did have to have support, but it did take it. It did push the unicorn, and I think this favors CD into that luminous crystal mode, right? I mean, that's something it stands the test of time. It bends time and bends all the reality, right?
Literally, bends time.
So we have to see how that stands up against it. I mean, I like the pilot. The pilot is one of the strongest new types, but the unicorn does activate the NTD mode. I think that if on a main, the UC, I think Austin's Double Zeta can take out that Wing Zero, right? Depending on how that pilot reacts to knowing that how it's going to die. So
the Wing Zero's double cannon and the head cannon combined, if they collide, it would be the end of all of us. Yeah. So
I think it's
you have it there, folks.
That's it. And we're at the end of the draft. I mean, it was a pretty fun draft, and I think that we're gonna leave it up to the viewers to figure out who wins this battle. We have Coop rolling out an overall grade for Team Coop. I give him a solid B. I think we went predictable with that last main suit. I think there was still some great suits on the board, right? And that main suit, I think he wasn't thinking about all the extra that came behind it. But
fell in love with the player,
I'll say this though: every player, every selection on Team Coop is beautiful. They look perfectly on a magazine. They will sell the franchise.
Coop has the boy band team. That's what we'll call it.
the flashy team, right? These are the guys who's gonna put ass in seats. Right,
the New York Giants on the yacht.
Yeah. But didn't do anything against the Packers that year. So, I mean, overall, like I said, I give it a B. I give Team CD and Team Austin, I'm going to give them both grade A's. I mean, these guys went deep into their Gundam bag, and they pulled out some mobile suits that I think that are well known and well respected. And for Team CD to stick straight to UC says something about UC. Lets you know that at this point they're here to stay.
Selecting and if you notice, he stuck to new type killing. weapons. So CD clearly planning for that new type invasion. If anybody brings a new type to his house, they're gonna have a hard, long time. It's almost like a team just is or stick to the run, and then you end up going against CD, who literally designed his team to stop runs. What are you gonna do?
Nothing that you can do.
Ravens, modeled after we have the Ray Lewis, we have the Ed Reed, and we're
The
here to stop the
Legion
run.
of Boom.
Yes.
Legion of NTD. Legion of NTD.
Right. I think Team Austin, for him to go to these smaller schools, to the AFZ schools, and grab some of these guys, the bars
really says a lot about his scouting department, right? You know,
exactly.
He sends these guys out.
Nobody's going up to the double zetas of the world, right? It's not a series that people are fond of. It's a 13 episode series that you have to really know you have to know how the program puts out talent for us. So I give it up to the scouting of Team Austin and Team Tesseract. I think overall it was a good draft, and I can't wait to see next year.
Yeah, I think everybody here, every selection was great. I think Team Coop gets an A. I think CD gets an A, and I think Tesseract gets an S. And we'll see how we're gonna land.
The S in video game.
S tier, huh?
S tier. God, dog. Doom. All 3 stars on a.
Well, truth be told, if we're being honest, it's maybe just an A minus. Honestly, I can see the Galgoo dying awfully quick, seeing that that's kind of what they do. And then and the Barzan was replaced very quickly for a reason. So,
hey.
But I think
in the moment,
fun,
though.
man.
In the moment,
they were good.
In the moment, I think overall this is fun. Let us know in the comments, people, if you made it far into the video or the episode. We appreciate it. Let us know, what will your team be? Well, if you had to assemble a team, and maybe next episode, or we'll sit down and talk about it and see how this.
We'll give you a draft. We'll break it down.
Draft. Yeah, we'll grade your draft. So let us know in the comments below. What team will y'all assemble? A main suit, a support suit, and 2 grunt type suits as well. So we appreciate everybody who's listening. We want to give a shout out to our sponsors. We have Vulcan Hobby. Make sure you use code Undergate10 to get 10% off of your order at vulcanhobby.com. A lot of big things coming up for Vulcan Hobby. There's that competition, that mega competition down there in Alabama in August 17th.
First 100 people get free decals from GWBC winner of the United States.
Absolutely. Passing out free first 100 entries. So make sure y'all make y'all way down there. We all trying to make our way down there now, getting closer and closer. I want to try to see how much prices for tickets cost mid this week. To see how I heard plane tickets are cheaper throughout the week than it is. So, and make sure you use code SMS. I mean, Chloe's dad. Go ahead, Chloe. His dad.
Use
Chloe.
Use Chloe's dad 10% off SMS paints. Spray as you go. They have a wide variety of products, but the paint, we here for the paint because their paint is amazing, lacquer based. Doesn't need to be thin. Dry time is quick, and they have a wide variety of colors. They have metallics, they have pearlescence, they have flat coats, base coats, whatever you need. Shop SMS. Use Chloe's dad 10 for 10% off.
Absolutely. And for the tools, we have Gun Primer. Use code COOP10 to get 10% off directly with Gun Primer. By the time y'all watching this, I am running a giveaway, so make sure y'all go check out the video on my Instagram to learn how to figure out how to get a free glazer kit set by Gun Primer. It's a great, obviously, for competitions to get your kits ready. It's great for figures. It's really meant for the collectors, the people that's not worried about like their that worry about their figures or kits dusting, right? Getting dust on it. So make sure y'all check out that giveaway as well. We'll be running that for whatever it says in the video, to be honest with you. So make sure y'all check out that giveaway. But until next time, people, I'm Coop. Down there is Austin. And beside me, we're CD. Until next time, next week should be a banger episode, people. So make sure y'all stay around.
We got something coming. We got
something brewing next week. So make sure y'all stay around, and we appreciate all the love and support from everybody. We really do, man. 168 hours. We'll see y'all then. We're the Undergated, never underrated. Until next time. Peace.
Peace.